was there. I don't have to listen to it.
This week's show because it was a disaster.
When you live in a beach resort, it's easy to forget whether you are playing or working. On each week's show, we settle in with a cocktail and try to figure out if there is a difference. This is Day Drinking on Delmarva.
I am Todd from GoodCleanFunLife.com.
I am Tony Rousseau, no relation. You're listening to Day Drinking on Delmarva, a podcast about life and culture on the Delmarva Peninsula. Todd drinks because he gets to live here. I drink because I love that fucking guitar groove so much in our intro. I don't think we appreciate that often enough.
I do cringe every time. And, of course, we've been starting the show without the intro. Hopefully it's, easy for us.
They don't know. They don't know.
But like going back and watching it, I don't know, I cringe right away because I've promised, I think for the past 5 years that I'm going to remake the intro, just the video portion. I love Kelly's voice. I love the guitar riff and it works really well.
I think the last 50 pounds is how I would put it. But that's what's tough. It's like, oh, I got skinny, or I got fat, or I got skinny, or I got fat.
I got a lot more gray in my beard, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is 100% for sure. So much fun stuff to talk about. Happy New Year, everyone. Even though we kind of said Happy New Year, I don't know if you saw the wording of the post. Yeah. But I got to do a little note from the editor on the last week's post. If you guys didn't get the chance to read the post, it's not, don't stop your life because it's not that great. And I'm about to tell you the only thing that's worth reading in it. Just a show description. Todd talked about this, Tony talked about that. But before that, I put, at the end of the show, we talk about how this is going to come out tomorrow. I regret the error.
And then you went to Jersey.
And then I went to Jersey, and things just... And again, I don't even know why. I bring my computer at this point just in case there's a literal emergency, because the things that I want to do, I don't do. I read, I play origami, I play with the kids, but I do not really work unless I'm there like a week and I'm like working while I'm there.
Right.
So Happy New Year, everyone, for real. Last one was called, I think the last episode was called Happy Belated New Year. So this is a real Happy New Year. I've got my Christmas cards all ready to go, thinking of writing Happy President's Day on them.
Oh yeah? Just because that's by the time they're going to get out?
By the time they get out, it's still relevant, right? Happy President's Day we could do.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I don't know if have I shown you my my Christmas card, my permanent Christmas card?
No.
All right, I'll put this in the show notes in case you're not watching. But this is my permanent Christmas card.
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
Do you know the story that goes with this?
I don't think I do. The double guns.
Okay, so once upon a time, my brothers decided that they wanted to do the they like a Secret Santa. Everybody brings a white elephant, they call it, Yankee swap, they call it. You know what I'm talking about? Not my favorite way to distribute presents for sure, but it's what we've decided to do. So the first year, I had Kelly take a photo of me dressed as Santa Claus with the double guns, wearing my blue robe and my blue shirt, and it looked very cool in the picture. The next year, my godson Charlie, my brother's son, who won the painting in the first year, got a pillow made of the picture that I just showed you. Him holding the picture of me, him dressed like me, holding the picture of me.
That's a fantastic picture.
And so I asked him if it would be okay if I had it made into a postcard. And then I asked his mom, who took the photo, for the file. And then I went to get these postcards made. Now, when I went to get these postcards made, there was Vistaprint, and there was it was called overnight printers or something like that. Some really I'm sure that they're using my credit card to, traffic stolen children or something at this point. But the one, the overnight was $500 for 500 cards. But it wasn't really. It was $300. No, it was $400 for 500 cards, but $86 in shipping and handling. And I'm like, man, screw you guys. But the other one, Vistaprint, was $300 for 200 cards and a week to get it in shipping. And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather have the extra cards and have it tomorrow. So I paid the extra $80 and I got the cards like the next day. That was the plan. So the next day when I pulled up to my house, there were boxes and boxes on my porch. And I swear to God, I was like, what the hell did Kelly buy? And I opened it up, and it turned out that it was 5,000 cards that I purchased instead of 500.
5,000.
So I have 5,000 pictures of Charlie holding me. And I gave him like a couple hundred, at Thanksgiving, I think, or last year maybe.
Yeah.
And he graduated from high school, and guess what he said his thank you notes out on?
Yeah, that's
He's like,
amazing.
yep, from now on, every thank you note that I'm sending goes on one of these. Thank you for the wedding, for the funeral, whatever. I'll be using these for the rest of my life.
That's
and
fantastic.
So I'm getting ready to send those cards out, and I've been waiting till all the Christmas cards came in because I don't want anyone to miss this. Because I want to establish that next year when they get it, it's not even going to be signed. It's just going to be like, yep, again. And so thinking about what I would put on the back of it, given that it is January 7th as we're recording this, there's no world where I get it out anytime before Friday. I'm thinking of putting, Happy Early President's Day.
Happy early we don't send enough President's Day cards.
Thinking of you this President's Day.
I mean, and with 5,000, you could probably send one a month for, President's Day, for Valentine's Day, for everything, right? Happy Easter.
If I came into not even real money, just like if I had, let's say, $6,000, I don't know what anything costs, but let's pretend it's $6,000. $6,000 that I had to spend, but I couldn't buy anything useful with, I would send one of these to everyone in the same town. That's it.
Yes.
And not Charlie's town and not my town, like a random town.
Right? Like Moscow, Arkansas,
Oh,
or where?
like Moscow, Idaho. Yes, we could talk about Moscow, Idaho later. Yeah, I could send one to everyone. Actually, it's a pretty big city, but we could send one to everyone in Moscow, Idaho. They have no idea why. Just this picture.
Yep.
And happy belated President's Day.
I love that idea. I've always joked, we used to do some fun cards and then and we would do the digital card, and I don't know. Did you start that a long time ago, or I feel like you got pictures last year? No, no. There's always something that we do, but I mean, we definitely have gotten away from the printed card. I love getting them. We never give them anymore. I think we put a pause on it when we started doing like little cutesy videos, and the kids were older but still kind of goofy preteen teenagers. And we did one that was like them dancing around downtown Berlin, like the Sugar Plum Fairies, and it was like, I don't know, that was kind of like the ultimate. And so I think we stopped after that. But the joke I always loved was the idea of just taking a random picture of like a random family, or the idea of having like random kids. So it's like me and Natalie, and then like a couple of, just a wide variety of ages and ethnicities sitting with us, and then just sending that out to friends and family with no explanation.
Yeah, just blank. This year, my daughter, I'm very proud of her. They did a photo shoot. My wife went out and took a photo for their Christmas card, and it was a disaster. And like it took them like hours to get a shot that was even any good.
Yeah.
And then upon reflection, she decided to send out the worst one, where like the kids are crying and fighting with one another. It's like Merry Christmas from the Messics, and I thought that was fantastic. If I had that to hand, I'd show you. But it's babies crying. It's like
Yeah.
And so before we get to today's show, which is almost over at this point, I'd like to introduce our sponsor. Our sponsor is a local business that we like, and this week it is Good Clean Fun Life Productions.
So we talk about it a lot, and actually I saw something great about the idea of constantly reintroducing yourself, and I feel like that's what we do with these commercials.
Yeah.
I would love to have another local business that we could do a read for and talk about. And I think that 2026 could be a good year for collaborative type stuff. I'm just kind of, talking off the top of the dome, but, looking at the marketing landscape and the algorithms and that sort of thing, the more I try to fight against that and tell my clients that, it's more about building community than it is, virality, the more I just want to do that with myself. So in that vein, we've talked about we have another podcast, and we've talked about Substack and that sort of thing. Actually, great update. Natalie actually listened to my Dewey Raw podcast.
Very cool. Did she like it?
That was, and you know what? She said it was good enough, and I think that is the. I think I'm going to ride that high for a long time, and it kind of circles back to what I'll even tell clients who do marketing through us or have content made by us for them, is like sometimes you just got to let that bird fly. And I know we talk about it all the time on this, about poor promotion and not putting it out and in front of as many people as we could. But I think that's where like the collaborative nature, and you've talked about doing the Destination Delmarva and talking with the folks involved and surrounding the film festival in Ocean City. And I think that's one of those things that sparks a little bit of creativity and fun. And I mean, I kind of rebooted the Dewey Raw podcast because one person had come across a old episode, and we've been on a nice, good little couple month run now. And you got to keep putting stuff out in order, again, just to make a little bit of headway and leverage. And I think that's what we're gonna try to do more of in 2026. Not to sound too resolution-ish, but it's always, here we are. You said how what are we going to cover, and it's like it's that typical.
Yeah,
it's inescapable. Then the beginning of the year and looking at the calendar and being like, okay, well, what can I do? Where can I improve? And I think that's what we're going to look at.
What I would like to do is make a T-shirt for you that says, "My wife listened to my podcast," because, like, there are people way more famous than you whose wives have no idea.
Yeah. That's true. True.
No, it's very cool. Kelly's never listened to a second of any of my. That's not true. There are a couple times, like, sometimes I'll make her listen to something that I'm doing, and I'm like, "Can you listen to this?" Because I don't have anybody to tell me whether it's good or bad, honestly, before it goes out. But like, just for her own pleasure, she would never. I mean, Christ, she has to listen to me all. Can you imagine what it's like to live with me? I never shut up. Like, oh, finally, I got out of the house. Maybe I'll put on my husband's podcast so I don't forget what his voice sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So, congratulations. That's a huge, like I said, that's T-shirt material.
That's T-shirt quality. Yeah, I like that. We'll do that.
I am always so happy to see when the Dewey Raw comes through my feed. It's like, it's cool to see that it's back, because it's something that I think people are attracted to. And I think that, you get used to listening to it, and it can become part of what just part of, like, I have podcasts I listen to every week, and I have podcasts that I listen to when I feel like listening to podcast, and the ones that I normally listen to, don't don't come on. You know what I mean? Like in between episodes, or sometimes a podcast that I like to listen to, I won't like the topic or anything like that. I'm going to try this year, if we're going to be resolutionary, to listen to single episodes of podcasts rather than subscribing. Like, I think that's what a lot of normal people do. They're like, oh, I'd like to know about
like,
this.
This sounds interesting, and
there's a podcast my daughter Amanda listens to, and it's called Behind the Bastards.
Behind the Bastards.
And yeah, it's very much, it's like the dollop. It's very dollopy. You know, here's an awful thing from history that you probably didn't want to know. And what's tough about that, I mean, and it's, you know, that's the only thing the guy does for a living, right? It's a very, very famous podcast. He does very well for himself. But if he doesn't have a guest, a lot of times it can be like you're walking into a party that you weren't invited to. Yeah. Like, you go to a buddy's party, like if it would be like if I went to your college reunion party. Like, oh, okay, yeah, these are cool people. Yeah, and I have nothing. Like, they're continuing a conversation that I'm not a part of, that I have never been a part of. And sometimes one of the things that I think we do well here, if I may, is if you listen to this show every week, there's something for you. And if you listen to this show for the first time, you're not missing like inside jokes or things like that. I've been very attuned to this since I saw Dan Cummins. Do you know him? He's a comedian.
I'm not sure that I do.
He's a comedian, and I like him. I liked him very much. And this was before COVID, so this is a while ago. He put out a comedy special, and like 20% of it were callbacks from his podcast because everyone in the room listened to his podcast. Now, he was a comedian before that, and like a lot of comedians have done well with podcasts because they have an audience already, and now they can do their jokes in front of their audience without leaving their house, and that's huge for them and for their audience because they get to feel like they're a part of something. And I get it, but like when I saw the show, I'm like, You did the setup, in a podcast 6 months ago, and this is the punchline, but I didn't listen to the podcast 6 months ago. And so, there's nothing, I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's cool that you can build that kind of audience. It's not the kind of thing I want to do because I can't do the same thing from minute to minute, let alone, let alone month to month.
Well, and I think what's fun too is, in particular with the Dewey Raw, is there's a built-in audience that knows Dewey, and it's a little bit of an insider track, but also it's that man on the street kind of feel, where in a good way, you're walking into a party with a bunch of people you don't know, but you're kind of getting introduced to that, and with the current focus being around a bit more around what makes hospitality different in this area. There is something to listen to. So, I mean, if you're in the industry or you just enjoy food and drink, or the beach or travel or that sort of thing, I feel like it has a little bit of something for you. And I don't know, sometimes it's just us being goofy and letting the personalities come through, which I mean, kind of like you and me for this, which is. The industry we're talking a lot about is the marketing and podcasting itself. A little meta, I guess. Maybe.
So would you like to discuss what you did over the New Year's Eve? What was your New Year's Eve like? Were you home? Were you away?
We did a great thing, and there are a lot of things that I talk about on here that I need to do a better job of saying good things about, but I can't say enough good things about the New Year's Eve that we had, because we made our own New Year's Eve ball, and the reason being is Berlin, Maryland, a cute little quaint town, right? Had for a number of years a ball drop in the middle of town at midnight, and it was hugely popular. And in fact, it was so popular that, some of the young families in the area wanted to be able to participate more and that sort of thing. So they started doing a kids ball drop, and that would go off at like 6:00. So it's like right, early enough for the real littles, and and not too late for whatever. And then I guess they decided that it was either too like the overtime for the utility guy. I don't know. So they nixed the midnight ball drop. And at face value, I'm like, oh, that's cool. This is a little town, and we have a 6:00 ball drop, and we can go back to bed, and everybody can get some rest for New Year's. But New Year's is not a little kid holiday. And we have several bars and restaurants in town, and I think they've really kind of are shooting themselves in the foot. The town is.
Ball.
I think they're dropping the ball by dropping the ball at 6:00 and then sending everybody home. There's something kind of tough about Halloween, which is also really big, but also a kids' holiday in Berlin, where it's only 2 hours, and the first hour is daylight hours, and then the second hour it's like dusk, and then there's cops roving the street to make sure that nobody's. I'm like, there still needs to be like a little bit of freedom. It's a little bit too manicured, So being the agent of chaos. Long story short, we made our own ball. It was made out of chicken wire, and we had a handful of friends over. Fire in the backyard, threw a line over one of the walnut trees in back, and the ball was empty at the beginning of the evening, and then we filled it with beer cans throughout.
That's
the
brilliant.
Night. And then we dropped it at midnight, like a sensible adult. So,
all right. So I'm gonna try to. I don't know how much I can say about this before I have to go get my tin hat and put it on. I hate America.
oh man.
I hate the children-forward America. I hate children.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
You have your own, but still.
No, my children are adults.
Yes, true.
And my children have always been treated like adults. This is the thing. If you can't stay up till midnight, you're not old enough to remember New Year's Eve. You're not even building memories! You fucking moron! God, that bothers me. So we did it. Yeah, we did it at my mom's house. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. We put it on YouTube. We went to YouTube.com and we put on the 3-minute countdown, and then we danced, and then we're like, Happy New Year. Go ahead.
I remember wanting to stay up, and this was like the one time you could stay up as a young kid, and then being disappointed. We were at parents' friend's house, and I fell asleep on the couch, and I was disappointed. And then it's like, all right, next year is going to be my year where I make it to midnight. That is me making memories of New Year's Eve, and I think it's like, yeah, I mean, I earned it. I earned it, Tony.
Absolutely, and I don't care that their lives are shitty. Like, if you're a kid, I mean, and this is what I have to remember: most children growing up today are not going to have clean water when they're 80 years old.
Right.
So we can give them New Year's Eve, but it bothers me every time everybody's like, "Hey, let's all of us adults change our lives and schedules so that the 5-year-old can participate." It makes me. I am 55 years old. I have probably been up for 53 New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing. It's always been a thing for me, and it was a thing. And like, this is it. And I don't want to accuse the Berlin parents of anything, but I'm going to fucking accuse them right now. They don't have the balls to tell their kids to take a nap.
Yeah.
You want to stay up till midnight? You got to take a nap. I don't want to take a nap. All right, well, then we'll just change New Year's.
Yeah.
When we'll all just stand around with our dicks in our hands at 6:00 and then look at one another and try to stay quiet so we don't wake up the kids when we say Happy New Year when the New Year finally goes over. It's a problem for me.
Yeah.
I am a maniac. I understand I'm on the wrong side of history here. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
And the closest thing I get to racism is how much I hate little kids.
You know, and it is funny too, because like there's been always so much talk about the participation trophy generation and that sort of thing, and like this is literally the participation trophy. It's like you don't have to do the work to stay up to midnight, but we'll give a party with a DJ and lights and horns and all of that, and then you can be asleep by 8 o'clock.
I don't like it. I don't like anything. I'm sorry. For those of you who are watching, I had to answer a message on my other computer. It was an emergency. I don't like it because, you know what? There's no good reason for me to not like it. I feel like, for me, I feel like it's attitudinal. Like, I don't care if we stop having New Year's Eve. I'm worried about the police being out after Halloween to make sure no one's having fun. You know, I worry about the town shutting down because we can only do it once. And if we're only going to do it once, we may as well do it for the people who have no fucking chance of remembering it from year to year. God, that bothers me. I mean, and in Del Mar, like when they cancel Halloween for the football game, it bothers me. Yeah. You know, it bothers me because of the attitude, not because of what happens. Yeah. Like this, do you know what I have over modern parents? I like being a parent. Yeah. Like a lot. I really love having children. I loved having children when they were little. I loved picking up the puke. I enjoyed being a parent. Mm-hmm. And one of the things, my brother will send me some things sometimes, and I know that, you know, especially if you're a 30-something parent, there's lots of fun memes about how I wish I could throw my kid out the window, or doesn't it suck to be a parent, or can't you wait till they grow up and go, no, I could have a house full of 5-year-olds the rest of my life. You know why? Because they're not a burden. They're my children, and they're part of my family. But everybody else, they're really kind of, I'm sorry, I'm old. Look at the gray. All right? I apologize for this in advance. For everyone else, they seem to be Instagram props. And they got to be fucking clean. And we have to show how hard it is to be a mom. How hard it is to be a, my mother raised 6 fucking animals. She never once has said how hard it was to be a parent. There were sometimes as many as 3 fistfights going on in 3 different rooms in my house. Yeah. Nothing valuable could be kept there because it was damned to be broken. It was just being a parent was being a parent. It wasn't a chore. It wasn't something that we all needed to stand on our balconies and clap for everyone when they came home. It was just what you fucking did. And that is, if you want to shit on the even the Gen Xers and the millennials as parents who need a trophy, I'll give you that. Like I raised kids and it was hard. No, it fucking wasn't. I'm going to steal Bill Burr's joke. Bill's, is that the hardest job, really? Like, coal miner is not harder than being in yoga pants at 10 o'clock in the morning and watching Oprah? The hardest job in the world. Anyway. I hate kids in America.
But my take on it too is like it feels fishy with the town council a little bit. That's all I'll say. But also it's not like we don't have events for kids, or that our kid, like the farmers market is hugely popular and it's every week in summer, and there's a fucking petting zoo during it. Like, I mean, it's a carnival delivered to the streets on a weekly basis for probably 15 weeks out of the year. And the adults can't have one night, not to mention the businesses that could benefit from, having it packed full of adults buying drinks and not 10 top of tables of little kids destroying the restaurant before they all run out the door at 5:50 to go see the ball drop and not to be seen again. It's
No,
There's
it's
something to it.
disgusting. I felt like Berlin. I'm sorry. I've always felt like Berlin was about to jump the shark. Canceling the real New Year's is when Berlin has jumped the shark. And I think that if I can put a name to it, and it's always fun to blame the baby boomers when you can. It's the grandparentization of the American administration. Like,
Yeah.
now we are grandparents, and we want to spoil the hell out of our grandchildren.
Right.
And we want to spoil the hell out of your grandchildren. And if you don't like it, well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
God, that got me mad. When you said that 6:00 thing, you should have warned. You need to come with, you see, I get shit for being the maniac, but Todd is the instigator. He comes with these secret things that he knows are going to make me blow my lid, and he doesn't say beforehand, oh, I'm going to mention that they've made New Year's Eve a children's holiday.
I was just more
Prepare
excited
yourself.
I was more excited about my
Your
ball,
beer can thing, yes, it was a win. That's a
my beer
huge
ball.
win.
Yeah.
That's a huge win. I think I might do that next year because I watched the one, like, I'm not. They should kill that guy. That Ryan Seacrest guy. That whole thing. Like, speaking of hating America.
You know what we're gonna do, Tony? Next
What?
year, we're gonna plot and scheme, and we're gonna do a ball drop in the middle of town, a unsanctioned ball drop, beer ball drop in the middle of town.
If I were here, I would love to do that. I won't be here next year. But that what I would like to recommend, and actually, if you'd like, I'll host it from New Jersey, is an impromptu, just everybody get together in the middle of town and just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, like get a busker out there and playing the guitar, and then have him do the countdown and let them stop you. Make them take you to jail. Like, man, I would so go to jail over that. Forget about it. Like, no, take me to jail. I'm going to play this guitar until you put these hands. I don't even play the guitar. These hands are not coming off this guitar until they go into handcuffs. That's what I'm doing.
Right.
So Moscow, Idaho. I have funny things to say about it next time.
Next
We
time.
ran a little long this time. I was trying so hard. I'm like, don't. But you pushed me, Todd. You pushed me too far.
Too far.
And I'm so sorry that I lost sight of, because I should have spent the last 10 minutes screaming about how awesome it was that you made a beer can New Year's Eve ball, because that is the best thing that I have heard that happened in 2025. Literally the height of, or hopefully it's not the best thing that happened in 2026, but definitely the best thing that happened in 2025. And congratulations, that is a stroke of genius. And then maybe if I start working on my essay, does your town suck? Maybe do a beer ball thing.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
not that hard. I can even put instructions and videos online to.
Yeah. How to do your own. Oh, maybe that can be I'll mark it down. For Thanksgiving, post Thanksgiving next year, maybe we'll do a video, a special edition of the Toddcast. But for right now, I got nothing else to say. How about you?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, until next time, remember, at the beach,
It's happy hour whenever you say it is.